This is TWiT.
It's going to be red velvet cake. Sounds tasty. Sounds delicious.
That's a joke I have with my daughter. Red velvet cake is nothing more than chocolate cake that's a different color.
Yeah, with a little coffee. But
I insist that it is the apex of cake taste.
I agree 100%. we learned this on All About Android. I got to say, congratulations to our All About Android team, Jason Howell and Ron Richards and Florence Ion, because they had Android Vice President of Engineering David Burke
sure
on.
he looks. Look at Jason's face.
Yeah, he's very cocky.
That's the face of a man who's like, I got a
He is
scoop.
determined.
I'm getting a scoop. Nobody knew what Android 11 would be called. We knew it would be Android R. They didn't have a dessert name for Q.
Although didn't do it.
Even though they didn't announce it publicly, Burke, two scoops really for you. 2 scoops of delicious Android ice cream for you, Jason Howell. Because Burke said internally Q was quince tart. They just never told anybody. And while the dessert names stopped being used for public releases, they still used them internally. And once again, Android 11 is referred to internally at Google as RVC, or Red Velvet Cake. But Burke says we're not going to use that one publicly either. But at least we know. I want to think Red Velvet Cake every time.
It's going to look really disturbing. I have to like cut into an Android cake and open it, and it just looks like internal. It just be really creepy.
Well, in fact,
be a little weird.
The folks at XDA Developers made an illustration worthy of Paul Thurrott.
Exactly like that.
There it is.
It's a little bloody in there.
It looks a little wrong, right?
Oh, it looks tasty.
It doesn't quite look. I mean, it does make me want cake, but also that
so
looks
tasty.
very upsetting.
They stopped. I was sad. They stopped doing the statues. Remember they had the little statue garden?
Yeah, outside.
Oh, yeah,
they have little statues out there.
It actually, I hadn't seen it in a while, but apparently it was getting kind of ratty.
Sure.
You know, like there used to be an amusement park in Santa Cruz over the hill just by Borland called Santa's Village.
So it's like a rundown.
It's like this. It's like something out of a horror game.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of like
they should just put McDonald's things out there now. They can have like Mayor McCheese. You know, the Hamburglar.
Yeah.
Buy those Chuck E. Cheese, those old Chuck E. Cheese animatronics that are no longer being used. Just toss
the
those
Hall
out
of Presidents
there too.
could be out there.
Animate the Android.
The Hall of President. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of like unused animatronics. I'm sure they could figure out.
The fiberglass starts to look a little threadbare. You can kind of see through some of the. Not a good thing. That would be a great
Google's
game.
Google's really a struggling company, Leo, and they cannot.
I know they can't afford
to
it.
Upkeep fiberglass. This is like just absurd. We can't ask them to do such things.
So sad.
Maybe they got tired of the tourism, like all the Android fans coming to take pictures with it.
I thought that's what it was for.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's like I thought that was for too. Maybe they got tired of it. Maybe they were just like, okay, we're kind of over this. Like, we don't want anybody coming over here anymore. We just let them rot in the sun.
Yeah, they were starting to look a little. There's Jelly Bean, Honeycomb.
They abandoned those statues like
ice
Google
cream
Plus.
Sandwich, gingerbread. Is that eclair? Oh my God! Yep. They were sitting in the sun. They were baking. But they were big. I didn't realize they were that big.
They were so cute.
Yeah.
I have a whole box of those like little Series
those guys?
1 Android figurines.
Yeah.
I wrote about
Zebra.
I wrote about IBM's original San Jose campus, which at least last time I checked is still there, but it's in ruins, and it's next door to a Lowe's Home Improvement Center, and it's kind of fascinating because I've seen photographs of IBM's campus back when it was new, and it looks incredible. And it's just sort of slow.
Isn't that sad?
So it's like an auto industry thing from Detroit.
Part of it is just this really nice 1950s building that's slowly falling apart, and there's sculpture which is lying on the ground, getting rusty.
It's the Chernobyl of Silicon Valley.
Are influencers there taking pictures of it because it's not decrepit enough?
Just you.
There's influencers.
I don't think.
Somebody in the chat room has said.
Somebody
in the chat room saying, and maybe it's true. Khrushchev visited that site.
That's how I discovered it. He was
squatting
there
upstairs.
He visited it in like 1959 or something.
It's true? Oh my God.
Yes, I wrote about it on Fast Company several years ago.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sure in 1959 it was the office complex of the future.
It was. I mean, it was a lot like a Silicon Valley campus, but it had like great food, and it was informal by IBM standards.
Oh my God! There he is,
nice
IBM headquarters, San Jose. Nikita Khrushchev.
Looks like a community college.
The Soviet premier. It does, doesn't it? Every school in America built in that era looks like that.
Yeah.
Kind of flat, diamond-shaped windows. Wow. Nikita Khrushchev in the IBM plant. And there they are. Look at the size of those motherboards. Holy cow.
Well, literally hardwired.
The hard drive was invented there.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, what great footage.
That was from the PBS show American Experience. It's called Cold War Roadshow. And it features commentary by Khrushchev's son, Sergei, who was there with his father.
The one thing people remember is that Khrushchev wanted to go to Disneyland, and they wouldn't let him. But as a second choice, he got to visit IBM, and I think maybe like a John Deere factory or something.
Jesus.
I thought you were going to say Knott's Berry Farm.
Okay.
That's always
Nikita.
The second choice in Southern California, right? It's like, can't go to Disneyland, got to go to Knott's.
Knott's Berry Farm. That's where. That's exactly why Knott's Berry Farm exists, for people who can't make it to Disneyland. Look at this. Look at that sculpture in the water. It kind of looks like Epcot.
Beautiful.
Yeah. City of the
Future.
Future.
That looks
that
great.
story
right
might
now.
have a picture of the ruins too.
Oh, really?
Is there a three-eyed fish in that
Scroll
pond
down.
now?
Yeah.
The ghosts of all the
there's the
motherboards.
cafeteria. But come on, those chairs. Can you imagine Apple
great lawn chairs.
having lawn chairs like that in their
I
outdoor?
have some of those in Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
They look great. They're in my pool area.
Oh, here's the RAMAC computer.
The pride of San Jose.
Random access memory accounting computer.
I think it was like the first computer with a hard drive, maybe, or something like that.
Those hard drives are so big. Remember that? They took
amazing.
A plane, the 747. Oh, there's the Lowe's.
There's the Lowe's. Supposedly the tiles on those Lowe's refer to punch cards.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Well, and it looks like it looks like the original. Is that like part of the original building that they used for the Lowe's?
They tore down. There was a mysterious fire in one of the original buildings, and after it burned down, they built the Lowe's. I've been back since I took this photo here, and it's in worse shape than it was when I wrote this story a few years ago.
Look at this, the sculpture that we saw in the fountain. It's now on the ground.
Yeah.
The fountain is empty.
Huh.
Oh man, that says everything about Silicon Valley and technology.
Oh, and there's a
Lowe's still
park
has,
named
if you
after
scroll up,
Ramac.
they did a little nod to the front of the IBM building, right? Like if we look at the picture of the Lowe's, the front of the Lowe's.
Yeah, apparently that is a reference to it. And there's a little park called Ramac Park.
Wow.
Oh.
So who owns that land? Why is it still there? Why haven't they
A lot of it has been sold. I think there are some apartments. Whoever bought IBM's hard drive division, maybe Western Digital, at least for a while, made hard drives there.
Wow.
But that building there, at least as of a couple of years ago or so, was still there.
Can it be? Who is the guy who said, sorry, Mr. Premier, we can't go to Disneyland, but we have arranged visit to Tractor Factory.
Sure.
Not again, says Nikita.
No.
Oh, man, I can't take one more Tractor
That's
Factory.
why he said he was going to crush us. He was really mad about Disney.
And he was really impressed by the cafeteria at IBM more so than the computers. He liked the tractors because he was into farming technology.
Sure. Yeah.
Computers, not so much.